Welcome back, Love Tribe. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. It's bright and early here in northwestern Pennsylvania, and I still got my morning froggy allergic throat. So big deal, right? I'm going to do it anyway. So here we are, guys. I wanted to tell you we're going to start this month's readings out with some new tarot decks, or tarot and oracles that were donated to the channel. And I have to tell whoever did it, I'll probably make an announcement on my community tab, but I yesterday received a box in the mail with 4 new tarot and oracle decks, and it said Secret Santa. Now, I don't know. It could be a family member. It could be a viewer, but it came off of my Amazon wish list. And so for whoever did that, if it is a viewer and you happen to see this video or the next couple that I'll make, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But this month we are using the Yule Tarot, Season of the Witch Yule Oracle from Stephanie. She donated this, and since it's December, I've been excited about using it. I've had it for like a month now, but I wanted to wait until the right time. So the next one is The Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh, Oracle cards. That is from Kavita. Thank you, Kavita. You know I love you. And the last is the Muse Tarot, which was donated to me a while back. I really haven't worked a lot with it. This is the first time I've really sat in its energy. In this deck, the Muse is the Kings. Actually, in the book, it says there are no kings, but the Muse is considered to be mastery of it's masculine energy, but it's mastery of the suit. So basically the kings, right? All right, so we're going to get all your oracles out. I do have a few announcements if you could just indulge me. One is I'm running a private reading special, $30 off for all of December, all the way up till January 2nd. And so instead of $100 for a 45-minute to an hour, hour and a half sometimes, because I'm very generous. Spirit's very generous too with their time. So it could be as short as 45 minutes, depending on what you're asking, or it could be as long as an hour and a half, depending on, how the energy runs. But I normally charge $100 because I'm so generous with time. And it's only $70, guys, for the month of December. And I'm offering it as gift certificates as well. If you have friends, family, loved ones that you would like to purchase a reading for, in the description box below, you just book it as if you're getting the reading. Send me the screenshot of your payment along with the contact information of the person you're gifting it to. And then I will contact them and we will schedule what topics and questions they want to cover in the video. Okay, the last announcement I have, 2 actually, I'm going to try very hard to go live tomorrow night. Me and Julene wanted to get something together and it just hasn't worked out. The girl is really, really growing, and she's had a lot of private readings, doing people's natal charts and twin flame charts. So we've had a hard time kind of getting our schedules meshed. But I'm going to go live with or without her. Hopefully it will be together tomorrow evening for the eclipse. So keep your wiggly bell on so that you can get the announcement. I'll be putting it in the community tab probably tomorrow morning. All right, last announcement is there's always an extended version of every one of these 12 zodiacs, plus there's 1 to 3 extra videos a week that is exclusive content available over on my Patreon for $4.44 a month, basically the cost of a coffee, okay, especially in today's inflation. However, if you resonate with being a twin flame, I would highly suggest you join at the $11.11 tier, because big changes, big changes are coming in. Well, I shouldn't say changes, opportunities to change are coming in the next 3 months. Spirit told me February, look for big shifts in union energies for the twins to come together if they are vibrationally in alignment between now and February. So I'm going to be doing a lot more content over there. I created that specifically for the twin flames. So everybody in that tier is or should be a twin flame. So you can make new contacts, you can exchange your emails, you can find tribe, right? I don't know about you, but it's been very difficult for me on this journey to talk about what I'm going through in my ascension and, the obsession that you feel for the person that, you believe is your twin. And so nobody really understands except for another twin. So there are several people over there, and I'm hoping to grow it more because this union window is going to be significant and significant for those who are ready for it. So it's my job as the oracle for 3 waves of twin flames to help you to prepare and get ready for it. Okay, so if that interests you, join us over there. I'm going to bring this down now. We're going to get started on your reading. Pardon me. I've already shuffled and cut all the decks. I do my own little clearing spell too. I knock on the deck. I say, knock, knock. Who's there? Not you, meaning the energy that's in it. Who then? And I say the name of the zodiac, and I say, that's who. And then I say, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and all cross watchers in the month of December in love and romance or relationships and healing. It's all about emotions over here at TR's Tarot Talk 1111. It's about spirituality, healing, and relationship healing and emotions. Okay. So if you're new, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you like the way I read. I do read lengthy, so pull up a chair, get you something hot to drink. We're going to start with your oracles. We have turn on your love light. Okay, so some of you guys are being asked by Spirit in the month of December to turn it up a notch, right? To shine, to attract, if you're wanting love, you have to be in the vibration of love. And just like the light attracts the moth, love attracts love, okay? So in the back, it says, sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. And so maybe with that, the only way to remain sane, maybe you've been a little anxious. Maybe you've been impatient. Maybe you've been dealing with somebody who's hard to deal with. And Spirit's saying, turn up the love light, okay? That's what attracts love. If you're in a runner chaser dynamic, or this could just be if you're single, to attract somebody into your life. But you really do need to be in the vibration of love in order to attract the same kind of love so you've got to be what you want to attract. If you want somebody who's stable, reliable, you need to be stable and reliable. If you want somebody that don't run, you need to not chase, and vice versa. If you want somebody that don't chase, you want to stop running. You're going to have to kind of put it out there in love light, in energy, what it is you're trying to attract, okay? So let's take a look at your other oracles before we start. Oh, look at there. Exactly what we ask for, right? Love and relationships. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So also, if you've got a lot of traumatic energy stored in your body, shadow work that needs to be done, if you've been stuck in cycles of attracting the same kind of people over and over again, we all have a cycle, and it usually began in our childhood. So, infidelity. If you seem to attract men that are married or in long-term committed relationships that don't choose you first, then it's a very clear indicator that probably as a child, you either witnessed that, experienced that, or created that, right? That's a harsh way to look at it, but we do it. We don't mean to do it, but we do it. How do we create a dynamic where we don't get chosen first is by not choosing ourselves, by not seeing our value, by not having high standards for those that we allow to be attracted to us. Now, I just use that as an example because all trauma is different. It may not be infidelity. It could be attachment disorder where you don't know how to attach to others. It could be abandonment issues where you feel like, everybody leaves you. You're always alone. Kind of sit in that energy, because what it looks like so far, just in 2 cards, and even the colors correlate, is that in relationships, you need to be in that high vibration of healed energy, knowing who you are, what you deserve, and then that's who you're going to attract in. If you don't have healthy boundaries or a clear vision of your worthiness, then you're going to continually attract people that are put on your path by the universe to teach you those lessons. Okay, so it looks like you're hitting a sweet spot, or you're working on something that's going to help you hit this sweet spot of attraction. Turn up the love light and attract those people that serve your higher good. Oh, next we have the crone. The crone for me, so again, I got the book here, but I don't need it. I read it a couple times. She's shown up for a couple signs now. It's a number 8, and it says, "Thy wisdom befriends the honor in which weaves within blood, a harrowing call from the depths of your sacredness." This is all about ancestors. And again, I kind of already tapped into that, right? Childhood stuff. What you see as a dynamic in your parents and your siblings, your aunts, your uncles, your role models, ancestors, a lot of times it's learned behavior. My mom taught it to me, and her mom taught it to her, and her mom's mom taught it to her. If there's alcoholism or codependency or insecurity or infidelity, or obesity or addictions, a lot of times it's ancestral. And when the crone shows up, it tells me that you're on a spiritual journey in relationships of healing the bloodlines, and you are highly supported by the deceased ancestral line. The crone is all of the wisdom of the ages, of the sages and the matrons in the matriarchs in the family line. So you have a lot of feminine energy ancestrally that have gained wisdom and is helping to guide you on your spiritual path or your healing of relationships, probably because they know that somewhere along the line they help to contribute to it. But it's part of the Trinity, right? The mother, the maiden, the crone. It's phases of our lives. And so you are leveling up, you are graduating to a higher realm of maturity. And so you are highly supported by your ancestrals in the matriarchs. Next, we have the Garden Gate, number 30. Now, this card for me is about playing it safe. It's about somebody who has created a comfortable place that maybe, just maybe, isn't really as comfortable as you believe, because she's sitting there and she's watching the butterflies that are free, that are flying free, that are free to explore their environment. And she's kind of longing for change, because butterflies refer to change. And she's sitting in a garden with a closed gate, maybe even locked. So you may have been stuck in a comfort zone, in a place of non-growth, right? Dreaming about the way you want your life to be, but not really taking any chances to venture out and create it for yourself. And there's, I just noticed, I never noticed that before. Thank you, Spirit. There's the key to the gate right around her neck. So this is not somebody else trapping you. This isn't God or the universe or your lover, if you have one. This is you. You've locked yourself away because of fear. I mean, why does somebody lock themselves away from experiencing something new? Is the fear of getting hurt, the fear of getting lost, the fear of not having their needs met. Okay. And so I just noticed that's the first time I've worked with this deck for a long time, that she actually has the key to her own freedom hanging around her neck, but she's chosen to stay in a comfort zone, in a safe place through fear, anxiety. Next, we have regret. And so this could be you. I haven't read the back yet. This could be you, but I'm getting this weird feeling. Like maybe your mother or your grandmother or an ancestor who was part of teaching the children and the family how to behave in this manner. It's a coping mechanism, right? Coping skill. Maybe they got their heart broke. Maybe they were extremely heartbroken for whatever reason. And then, when they had children of their own, they taught those children, maybe even grandchildren. It didn't have to be their own children, but could be the neighbor's children. But somehow they contributed to telling stories and teaching, the world is a scary place. It's not safe. Don't take too many chances. However it played out, but it feels like this person regrets. And it does feel like an ancestor. So this could have a double meaning. I'm going to flip it over because this could be your energy, but it's inherited from an ancestor that helped to perpetuate that fear through the bloodline. So on the back, it says, there is nothing sadder than looking back on some part of your life with regret, wondering what you could have done but did not. See, look at that. Hiding in a safety zone. Go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than not to try at all. All is not lost. You still have time to turn the situation around. Let go of fear and apprehension and follow your heart. Whew, big message just in those two cards, guys. This is really, I love it. I did a deep meditation before I started today. All right, now, so for those of you that are single and have nobody on your heart or in your mind, you're just hiding out, fearful because of the past. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you've been healing. Maybe you've done a lot of work and you don't want to screw things up. Whatever your purpose, these next two cards are geared toward love and romance. So it's either going to show you who's coming into your life in the future, or they may not pertain to you at all. You have to use your discernment because not everybody watching is in a relationship, although it does seem like you're either in one or attracting one or have attracted one. But I'm just laying the foundation for those of you that are watching that are single Pringles, have nobody, no, you're not even out there fishing, you're staying home all the time, you're hermiting, you're fearful of, getting out there and trying. This is going to tell you about the potential for the future, or it is not pertaining to you at all. So use your discernment. All right, next we have unrequited love. Of course it pertains to you. You've already loved and lost. You've loved somebody deeply, 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 and they never loved you back. And this could even be an ancestral pattern. There's not enough attraction, and you've got a lot about attraction too. Being the light, right? The light draws the moth. The love draws love. It's the law of attraction. Like seeks like. So unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So if you're in a relationship that is no longer serving you, almost all of my zodiac readings have been about the eclipses, okay? Tomorrow is the solar eclipse. A couple of weeks ago was that massive, long lunar eclipse. It lasted like 5 hours. It was rare. It only happens like every 100 years or a couple 100 years. I don't remember. I read about it, but I didn't remember. Didn't file it away. Guys, I just got over COVID. You got to bear with me, okay? My brain's a little fried. However, you're either in a relationship that sucks and the eclipses are trying to teach you that you deserve more. The crone is here to tell you that you deserve more, that your family has probably taught you how to play it safe. Your family may have perpetuated to you this feeling of not being worthy of love. And when you don't feel worthy of love, you attract people that don't see your value. And then they treat you less than. And why do they do that? Because you're in that vibration. You're attracting that vibrationally. So if you're single, you're probably single because you have a perpetual cycle of attracting people that don't show up for you. You know, they don't put your needs in priority. They don't treat you the way you deserve to be treated. They don't love you. They don't nurture you. It's unrequited. It's not as strong as what you're giving. And because your giving is actually in distortion, you're giving because you're seeking. You're giving because you're hollow and you have a void and you're seeking to fill that void. And that's human. That's normal. However, on my spiritual journey, I've been taught by my guides that you can't go out there and look for somebody to complete you. You're already complete. You have to heal that void inside of you. And you need to be loving yourself beyond measure. Because when you can love yourself fully and wholly in a way that you can accept your flaws and love them and your scars and honor them, because scars need to be honored, right? They're battles that we've been through. When you can learn to love yourself beyond measure, nobody else can rob you of that. That's something nobody else gave you, so they can't take it back. It's something you gave yourself and you will always have it. And then you will become the vibrational match to calling in a partner who sees that. They see you. I mean, it's like, trust me, I don't know how it works, but it works. I go out now and, you know, the riffraff don't even attempt to even speak to me because they know that I've got standards, that I've got healthy boundaries. I'm not going to let just anybody come in and scavenge my energy and my love. And so you carry yourself with an air, an energetic air, an authority of, I know what I deserve and I'm not going to settle anymore. Because when you do that, you're harming yourself. You're telling your own self, your own soul, I don't value you. I don't love you. I'm ashamed of my scars. I'm ashamed of the things I've done and the way I am, and regret, right? Loss and regret. Most of this feels to me like you've just loved deeply and lost. And the kind of people that you loved probably weren't the best kind of people. So you're probably on this healing journey of figuring this out so you can call in that true love. All right. whether you're already in a relationship, and because I started telling you about the eclipses are snippers. It's divine intervention. It's where spirit comes in and says, enough is enough. We gave you time to do this for yourself, and you're still sitting here in this garden gate, unhappy, regretful, sad, unloved, because unrequited love means you're not loved, right? They don't love you, not the way you deserve it. And so an eclipse is an energetic portal to remove things from our lives that no longer serve us, things that we have, but it only happens through growth. So that tells me you've been growing. Okay? You've been growing. You've been leveling up. You've been guided, probably by your ancestors, on how to clear this energy. And so if you're clinging to someone that is toxic or no good for you, then the eclipse could very well push that person right out of your life. And of course, you can always reverse energies, but I'm feeling very strongly that this is your energy. But if this doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, your rising, your Venus signs, and you can cross watch for your person. However, if you have one, however, this feels, and I'm highly intuitive, it's what I do for a living, feel like this is your energy. And I feel like it's learned behavior. It was role modeled. It's somehow in the ancestral DNA. And that's why the ancestors are here taking responsibility for their actions, trying to guide you beyond the gate toward real love, not love that just takes from you. Okay? Next we have play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Now, what I'm getting from that, if you already have somebody, I don't think you do. For some of you, this feels very lonely to me. If you do, they're a body. They're not really there supporting you the way you deserve. So play hard, find time to laugh, goof off. And instead of enjoy each other, for most of you, I want to say, enjoy your life. Get out of the garden. Go skip and jump, meet new people, take a chance, take a leap of faith. I feel like you're ready. Turn on your love light. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. The crone, the wisdom, befriends the honor in which weaves within the blood, ancestral. A harrowing call from the depths of your sacredness. It's all about lineage, ancestral, inheritance. The garden gate, you need to take a chance. You need to find time to get out of your comfort zone and to goof off and enjoy life. You can't sit around forever regretting the past. You can't live in the past. It looks like you're trapped by the past. It says there is nothing sadder than looking back on some part of your life with regret, wondering what you could have done but did not. Listen, guys, the past is gone. You can't fix it. You can't. I mean, if there's apologies that need to be made, you can do that, but you can't rewrite it. All you can do is adapt to it. So when you live in the past, you live in fear and loss and regret. When you live in the future, you live in anxiety and sometimes depression because you're fearful of what's coming. This is about learning how to be in the now moment, to play hard, to love yourself, to turn that love light up. Love bomb yourself. If you haven't learned yet how to love yourself, you got to be your biggest cheerleader. On my journey, I used to tell myself, I was 327 pounds. I used to tell myself, you're fat, you're ugly, you're a toad. People will never love you. Look at you, you're a hot mess. Why would anybody love you? I can't even stand to look in the mirror at you. How could they stand to look at you? I was very, 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 very lost. And I was in a unrequited long-term committed relationship, marriage, where I stayed for 10 years longer than I should have. And it wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I attracted him. And in the beginning, it was good. Most relationships in the beginning, it is good. But then the true dynamic will show itself through the vibration of your belief system. So you got to learn to empower yourself. I would say things like, I am a powerful conscious creator, co-creating with the divine my highest and best life. And I would say, everything I deserve and need is flowing to me flawlessly, effortlessly through pathways known and unknown, and I am worthy. And I would say things like, I may not be happy with who I am today, but I can make changes so I'm happy with who I am tomorrow. And I said that a lot, and it empowered me to change my eating habits, to change my living habits, to change my thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your life. I started telling myself, you're beautiful. Your scars are beautiful. It tells a story of who you are and where you've been, but it's not where you have to stay. So go for it. It says there's nothing sadder than looking back with regret, wondering what you could have done and didn't. Go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than not to try at all. For some of you guys, maybe you haven't even had a real love. You've had just a bunch of losers. And so, instead of sitting around saying, nobody loves me, nobody's ever going to love me, it's because you don't take those chances. You accept and compromise yourself, which creates harm. So it's like, I just want to feel safe. I want to be provided for. I want to know that I'm okay. Maybe you didn't have a safe home environment. I've got friends that have married really strange older men, and they weren't even rich, but they just were stable and secure, and so they never tried to find love. They never even gave themselves the opportunity to try to find real love. They just would find somebody that would put a roof over their head and clothes on their back and take care of them, and then they would settle without even trying. So I'm not saying you've done that. I'm just putting that out there. So it says, go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than not to try at all. And Spirit's telling me to say to you right now that the difference between the master and the student is about 1 million failures. The master is no better than the student, except for the master has tried again and again and again and again and again. That's the only way to master anything, is through practice. To become adept at something, you've got to do it many times. Don't get me wrong, there are some proteges that come into this life with gifts and skills that they didn't have to work hard in this lifetime for, but trust me, they worked very, very hard in a previous life to earn that, and they brought it in for a purpose, and it's usually to help others. So, all is not lost. You still have time. You're not too old. Maybe you are older. Maybe that's why the crown come out. Maybe you're getting a little older and you're thinking, well, I'm too old now to try again. I'm too old to start over again. Excuse me. Just so you know, my dad is 84 years old. When my mom passed away, when he was, I want to say, 80, I think it's been 4 or 5 years for my mom. Anyhow, he mourned her deeply, and he didn't think that he would ever be with another woman. He just wanted to honor her memory and live his life. And an old school friend of him and my mom's that we go to church with became friends with him. They just became friends, and then that friendship grew, and now they're companions. It's never too old. You're never too old. It's never too late. All is not lost. You still have time to turn this situation around. Let go of fear and apprehension and follow your heart. Wow, I gave you a really long reading 34 minutes in just these cards. That's crazy. So instead of calling out, so every reading I do is different, guys. If you're cross-watching, wondering if I'm going to do it the same, I'm not. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel like this has to do with you. I mean, this doesn't have to do with this person. This unrequited love feels very insignificant to me. It doesn't feel like anybody that I need to give you guidance on how to make it work with. Okay, I just don't. And so I'm going to take a look, though, at what spirit wants you to know right now. And if there is a person that comes out in your reading, we'll look at it. But if this is the person you have, I feel like it's people you've had in the past, then it'll come out. But I just have to tell you intuitively, for most of you watching, I feel like this is all about the past. You're living in the past. You're fearful of falling in love, or fearful of being too old to fall in love, because you were healing, or you are healing. All right, Spirit, I need a spread that's going to tell me about what's happening for the majority of the viewers, Gemini viewers, that are watching this. I have a feeling this is very specific and it may not apply to all of you. So you might have to cross-watch, okay? But if you feel like I've tapped into your energy, stick around, because I feel like a healing is happening and you need to know how to do that. All right. All right, Spirit. Please set my ego to the outside so that I can be a clear channel for spirit messages. What does my viewers watching this, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and all cross watchers, need to know about this situation? Four cards, please. Oh, wow. Well, we got four. We asked for four, we got four. Okay. I wanted to move those and they said no. Just so you know, I'm clairaudient, so I listen. Oh, yes. Very well. Very clear message here. This seals the deal, okay? This is the awakening. You are experiencing a spiritual awakening. And this awakening, now you might have been triggered by a person. But for those of you watching this person was not your person. This person was practice. This person was a lesson. This is karmic, which makes sense because karmic cycles are being closed during the eclipse. Now, that might be really hard for you to hear because I'm getting the feeling that you really put a lot of investment into this person. And what you needed to do was put that investment into you. And you're realizing that. You've had an awakening. You're seeing the writing on the wall. Archangel Gabriel blowing his trumpet, awakening the 144,000 to the rapture, which is the ascension. So you are probably a light worker. You're probably an old soul crone that has incarnated in this lifetime with purpose. And we chose, the light workers chose to incarnate into some of the most tainted and broken and hard family bloodlines. And we chose to do that with purpose and intent as a soul because we wanted to heal the bloodline. We wanted to clear the karma. See, we're going through an ascension, which means an evolving and rise in frequency and timelines. And just like a hot air balloon cannot rise when it is tethered with sandbags full of bullshit holding it down, neither can the planet, neither can the souls on the planet. And so there's a huge galactic push from the universe to empty out those sandbags, to get rid of that pain, sorrow, karma, right? Karma, by definition, is a lesson. And so that's what you've been doing, is you've been healing the bloodline. And while you were asleep, because now you're awakening, right? While you were asleep in the matrix, you had to experience all of what your ancestral line experienced, so that in the awakening, you would be the one to break that chain. You would be the one to clear that karma, to heal it, to forgive it, to release it, to purge it. Purging. If you don't know what a purge is, it's crying and crying and crying. It's wailing. It's mourning. It's grieving. It's releasing. If you haven't done it, be prepared. You're about to. My guess is you already have. Because what I'm seeing here is that your outcome card is the High Priestess. So this is what you're working toward, or this is where you've already achieved. But the High Priestess is she who knows. And it is that feminine. It's the rise of the divine feminine. So what we have here is the Eight of Cups, Eight of Emotions. This is about walking away from unrequited love. See, cups represent emotions. It's walking away from what no longer serves you, because you only got to the 8th cup, not the 9th. In tarot, the 9th cup is wish fulfillment. It's happiness. It's getting what you deserve. It's following your dreams and achieving them. The 8 of Cups is, I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried, and I put so much in, but it never ever reached a level that I deserved or that brought me happiness. So the person in the 8 of Cups walks away from all that. They just walk away. They say, I'm done, right? They take the key off their neck. They open the gate. They walk through it, and they take the journey. And it's a very, very healing journey. And that journey brings you to a new beginning, a crossroads for the future. So when you get to the Two of Wands, this is, I know where I'm at no longer serves me, and I know I'm leaving, but I don't know yet where I'm going. And so it's facing a decision. It's a two. Two is about choices. There's a choice here that you need to make to end whatever this is. And the pattern, not just the person. Person's just a symptom. The disease is the ancestral patterning, the karma that needs to be forgiven and healed and released. The parents, the grandparents, the lineage. And it's not pleasant. It's painful. 10 swords in your back. How many times do you have to be betrayed before you just give up and move on? And that's what it looks like you're coming to. In December, these eclipses are going to push you to make some kind of a choice for your future. And you're being heavily guided to trust your intuition, to listen to the crone, to listen to your ancestors, the angels, your guides. Everybody here is in the ethers. These are disembodied supporters. But my guess is, if you're a light worker, you've got soul family that incarnated with you, tribe, people like me, people like, you'll meet. When you start cutting other people out of your life that are not for you, you will turn on your love light and attract those people who serve your higher good. So you're being heavily guided in December to walk away from something. And if you've already done this, then this is exactly what you needed to do. And for you, it's all about finding your tribe. It's about forgiveness, opening your heart chakra, empowering yourself, right? And then finding your tribe. This is the Three of Pentacles. 3 ladies that are so close, they build a new foundation. They build from the ground up something better. Oh my gosh. Yes. So in the future, I don't know how far in the future. Okay, this is slow and steady wins the race. You're a work in progress right now, just so you know, right? Healing the past, 6 of emotions, looking at those memories and going through all the lessons and all that was. Then you get the 8 of Wands. That's that fast movement forward, right? It's also communication. So, it could even be a soulmate from your past. New communication, equal reciprocity. You're calling in a higher level committed relationship, the lovers. But you're not quite there yet, okay? In December, you're still awakening. Where's that awakening card? Because that's what was on the bottom. All right, I'm going to take this over to the extended. If you feel like I've tapped into your energy and you would like to join us over there and you're not a Patreon, the link is in the description box below. If you resonate with being a twin flame, and you could, although I don't really see the energy here, but you are a light worker. So, you could be. Maybe you're calling in a sacred soulmate. I don't know. But if you join at the $4.44, you'll get this extended and all of the other extendeds and exclusive content that you don't get over here on YouTube, and it's less than $5 a month. If this is where we part ways, I love you. And that I know this energy. I've been in this energy. I've done this. I'm on the other side of it now, and I'm here to tell you it's worth every tear, every wailing, every heartbreak. When you clear it and unpack it and grieve it and let it go, get out of the past, get out of the future. Stay in the now moment. Right now, you're facing a crossroads on how to end some cycles or relationships in your life that need to go, because new ones, you got to create space. You have new soul family and possibly a high level soul mate that is just beyond this awakening. And you're already very far on your path. You've already had this awakening and you're being guided. Trust the guidance. You can do this. And if you need help, book a private reading. It's $30 off for this month. And so I would love to work with you and help you. I even offer something called a deep dive. It's $150, but it's anywhere from 2 to 4 hours long. And we do shadow work, and we work on healing the ancestral patterns. We work on healing trauma bonds, karmic bonds that keep us tethered and unable to ascend and clear our energy. So if you're interested in that, that's also in the description box below. But if this is where we part ways, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me, because that helps push my videos out into the algorithm, and hit the subscribe if you're new. Okay? I love you guys. Namaste.